Howdy folks, and welcome back to World of Tanks with the mighty Jingles, and I have something pretty spectacular for you today. Now, this isn't going to be the longest World of Tanks battle you've ever seen, although it is, well, technically, since the average duration of a World of Tanks match is around about 8 minutes. This is actually a longer than average battle, but it's still pretty short. But then again, when you see what happens, that in itself is actually quite remarkable. This is Phauks really heckin', I think. We're going to call him Phauks. Maybe it's Phauks. It's the way he spells it. He is in the T95 FV4201, the Not a Chieftain Really We Promise Premium Clan Wars reward tank. Never really understood the logic behind that, because it's a Chieftain turret, and it's a Chieftain gun, and it's on the American prototype T95 chassis, which is as close to being a Chieftain chassis as makes no difference. So I'm just going to call it the Chieftain, because it beats saying T95 FV4201 for the rest of the video. Particularly since there is already a T95 in the game. In fact, there are two of them on the enemy team in this very match. So, you know, looks like a Chieftain, smells like a Chieftain, tastes like a Chieftain. I'm just going to go ahead and call it a Chieftain, because it basically is a Chieftain. Unlike the real Chieftain, it doesn't break down every 10 minutes. But like the real Chieftain, it's got a fantastic gun, it's got a great turret, it's highly mobile, and it has fantastic gun depression. And Phauks is going to begin this match doing pretty much exactly what the Chieftain was designed to do, going hull down on the reverse slope of a hill in West Germany, well, not West Germany, this is the Normandy map, and shooting up huge numbers of enemy tanks. He's already drawn first blood, 430 damage on the AMX-30 over there. Pulls back, out of line of sight, relocates. The friendly Tier 10 UDES 15 over there apparently doesn't like the matchmaking, decides to suicide right at the start of the match. I don't know, some people are just never satisfied. He's leading from the front here, but backup is on the way in the shape of a pair of Tier 9 mediums, the Tier 9 UDES and the T54 there, but there's a lot of enemy tanks around that corner, and oh look, there's a T44 who thinks he's being sneaky. He probably hasn't noticed that Phauks is here, although he probably has by now, and it's possible that he thinks he's safe in the low ground. Newsflash, he isn't. The T54 is almost certainly doomed. The UDES is pulled back. There's T4. Yep, there goes the T54. The T44, however, doesn't really appear to know what to do, but as long as he's hiding on the other side of the ridge, Phauks is free to put shots into the commander's hatch of the Mortian over there. Actually, when he's driving like that, he doesn't even need to aim for the commander's hatch. Checking to see what the T44 is up to, and the T44 doesn't really appear to be doing much of anything. Okay, fine. Bounced a shot off that rock-hard turret there. Looks like they're going to finish off the T44. Fine, we'll do it. I mean, he wasn't really any threat back there. He was just kind of sitting in the field and hoping nobody noticed him. But a kill's a kill. That's finished off the Mortian. The AMX-65T is pulling back as fast as he can. But there was a very low health AMX-30 over here. Is he still there? Yep. Not pulling back as fast as he can. He's dead. Now for the AMX-65T, who's just run out of friends. I actually was suspecting Phauks to go for the RAM here, but he didn't. Then again, well, he didn't really need to. 3 minutes and 2 seconds into the match, and he's already got 4 kills. This flank has been utterly crushed, and they're now free to sweep around and catch the enemy team in a crossfire. I did warn you this match was going to be moving fairly quickly. And this is where the carnage really begins, catching the enemy team in a crossfire like this. The rest of the team have struggled to hold them at bay along the beach and along the cliff overlooking the beach, but they've stood relatively firm, although they are wavering a little, but they only have to hold on for a few seconds longer because here comes the cavalry. First, the Winter Challenge event reward tank, the SU-130 PM. Waited there, didn't just blow his load at the first opportunity, made sure he actually had the shot. Oh, hang on a second, was that T-30? The T-32 has gone AFK. I guess he didn't think much of the matchmaking either. Will Phauks be able to resist? No. Well, he doesn't have a shot at the SU-130 PM anymore, so, I mean, sure, you know, farm damage if there's nothing better for you to shoot at. Because AFK or not, he's still spotting you, and a kill's a kill. Kill number 5. Advancing across the field. Oh, hang on a second. Ship bomb spotted on the flank. Sitting there sideways on. Not particularly smart. I mean, it doesn't really matter what angle As far as penetration is concerned, you can penetrate the ship bomb from any angle, but, you know, at least trying to make yourself a small target. Actually, is he AFK? Because he's not moving at all. And his tracks are intact. It's not like he's been immobilised. But he's just... No, he is there. Well, it doesn't matter, because he's dead too. Next. Oh, crap. A T-95. An actual T-95. The Doom Turtle. Pulls back, hold down, snipes the commander's hatch. Why isn't the Doom Turtle firing back? Well, because when one of these things is hold down with only the turret and a ridiculously sloped upper glacis showing, it's difficult to find anywhere on it that you can penetrate, even with the Doom Turtle's gun. Unless, of course, you're loading gold. And... nope, you're going to have to chase him. I mean, he's a Doom Turtle driving backwards. It's not difficult to chase him, but, yep. Commander's hatch successfully located. Kill number 7. And it appears that with the exception of that WZ-11114, all the rest of the enemy team are on the beach. No, wait, there's a mouse. What's the mouse doing? The mouse is AFK as well. So hang on a minute. The T-32 went AFK. The ship bomb appeared to have gone AFK until the last second. And the mouse has gone AFK as well. Well, you know... Actually, no, we're going to kill the WZ-11114 because he isn't AFK and he might actually kill a teammate. So there's kill number 8. Now we'll finish off the mouse. You know, I really don't know what to say about the standard of the two teams here, because the enemy team have, to all intents and purposes, had 3 tanks, 2 of them top tier, effectively AFK the entire game. Or as close as. And yet they're still only 2 kills behind. I mean... Oh, and here's where the fun begins. But seriously, look at this. For an enemy team that effectively started the game with only 12 tanks, and 2 of their 3 AFKers were their tier 10s, I mean, they're only 1 kill behind. Just how badly does Phauks' team suck for things to be able to get to this point? Now, the enemy down there on the beach have got a tricky decision to make here, because they want to shoot Phauks, but they don't want to get shot by him, so they're hugging the cliff there, but that means they've got to get really creative with their angling in order to be able to get the gun elevation that they need to actually hit him. Hang on a second, there's somebody behind him. Well, we're going to deal with that in a moment. Now, this guy's worked it out, but the T-95 down below has got no chance. He's going to have to back up halfway across the beach in order to be able to get his gun pointing up here. And of course, because Phauks is on higher ground and he's got that juicy, nice, soft top armour to fire into, he's just printing money with his high explosive shells. In fact, he's run out of regular ammunition. He's got high explosive and a PCR, and that's it. And there's his 10th kill. And you can see the T-95 has figured it out. He's backed up onto the beach, but he's also found himself a ridge. Now, we'll check that out in greater detail. Oh, hang on a second. Yep, there we go. The 113 and the T-95 have both got themselves into the sweet spot. They're in positions where Phauks does not have the gun elevation to hit them without exposing himself to unnecessary damage, and they can both hit him. Now, if the rest of the team would get their asses into gear, they'd be able to shoot into the rear and flanks of these two, but of course, well, you know, sit around all day waiting for your team to do something right, you'll get old very quickly. Phauks did take a hit from the T-95 there, but he's going to reload before the T-95 does, and he does actually have some top armour to shoot into, which means the Doom Turtle's dead, and that just leaves the 113. I wonder if we can get down there without crashing. It's going to be tight, but we can, and that is kill number 12. And yes, that's 12,000 damage and 12 kills, and it only took 9 minutes to happen. Wow. So, somewhat unsurprisingly, given the fact that he got 12 kills and did over 12,000 damage, that's an Ace Tanker badge, to go with the Pools Medal, High Caliber and Top Gun. But the battle wasn't quite as one-sided as you may have thought. I mean, yes, 2, possibly 3 members of the enemy team were AFK. But in actual fact, it was only 2 members of the enemy team that were AFK, the Mouse and the T-32. The FV-4005 only looked like he was AFK. He actually scored just over 1,000 damage, so he basically scored 1 hit. On the other hand, 2 members of Phauks' team did exactly 0 damage, the Chrysler K and the Ferdinand. In fact, you could argue that the ISU-152, the UDAS 1516 and the IS-3A were very little use to the team alive as well. And yet despite that, towards the end of the battle, the enemy team were actually threatening to win the match. They were only the 1 kill down, so imagine how this battle might have gone if Phauks hadn't decided that, you know what, today feels like a good day to take the old chieftain out for a run out, even if it's not actually a chieftain. Either way, I'm kind of glad he did, because that was awesome, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too, because that's it for today, and as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.